All right, I think the time has finally come. We're about to throw it over to Sanjan as she is going to show us a run of Mass Effect 2. Take it away, Sanjan.
Woo! All right, well, welcome everyone. This is Mass Effect 2. This is, by the way, this is on the original version. We're going to explain more about it later. But let's get us started. I'll introduce myself. I'm Sanjan. You might have seen me run lots of JRPGs. Well, on the side, I also love my Western RPGs. So with me on my couch, I'll let y'all introduce yourselves. Starting with you.
I'm AlecK47. I do not speedrun Mass Effect 2, but it is one of my favorite games of all time. So being in the community as long as I have, I've followed the run for years and years, so I know a lot of what is going on in the run, just kind of by default. And yeah.
Yep, and I'm Eiko. I am a Mass Effect 2 casual enthusiast, a Sanjan enthusiast, and a Color Blue enthusiast.
All right, so let's, without any further ado, which Shepherd are we choosing? Are we a little bro Shepherd moment or a femme Shep moment?
It looks like we're going to be doing the Fem Shep.
All righty.
Surprising no one.
In it's easy victory.
All right, so the reason why we are starting from a save because we started from a new game. We had to watch like 5 minutes of cutscenes, and Shepard doesn't have time for that. So
it's a very slow start. You just kind of run around slowly. There's some dialogue, and then you make the character and do some other stuff. Instead, we're starting right in the action.
Yeah, thanks, Miranda. So without further ado, Miranda's waiting for us to start. Let's start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. So we're just going to start out here. So this is a New Game Plus, which means we pretty much already completed the game once. But one thing to note is that we finished the game at a very minimum level. That's pretty common. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And we had to use a couple of glitches to basically be like get all the skills we want, as well as like all the Paragon points we need.
Still unfortunate when one of those explodes. And here we're going to see a first trick. That was a little zip up called an elevator because it's Mass Effect. That's basically just walking into things at the correct angle, and eventually it'll just go boop up. It's pretty consistent, and then getting down from that ledge, spamming melee, is a technique to allow you to drop places where you otherwise normally would not, or in places where you are capable of dropping down. To do so in a faster animation, you also get a little bit of a boost forward. The lighter the weapon, the bigger boost you get. So you'll see Sanjan using a pistol there typically. Meanwhile, we're just going to keep running through the rest of this section using a lot of biotic charges. That is the single main reason why Vanguard is the best. If you look up at the talents there, you will also see, if you know particularly well, the skills Shockwave and Reeve. Reeve is a mastery skill, so that's something that's exclusive to New Game Plus, at least starting off with it. We'll talk more about those abilities later as they become more relevant. But for now, once again, just running quickly through this section. There's going to be a couple more enemies that need to be killed in order to open the next door to get to the end. So Sanjan is going to use final little, didn't have to use the first grenade, so use a grenade. Doors open. All the flags are set for us to end the mission.
Yep, and so this is being run on a speedrun mod, which changes a couple different things. One of them is that it lets you rapidly advance through dialogue.
Yep. It also skips a lot of cutscenes. Not all of them, but pretty much all the pre-rendered ones. You can see they're hitting level 14. Enemies will continue to gain health and abilities and damage as you level up. So the New Game Plus is done on the lowest level possible. And additionally, you have all the talent points you need because there's a glitch that allows you to get infinite ones. So it's just a matter of beating the first playthrough as quickly as possible, getting the right talents and all that, and then you're good.
Yep. So this is the second mission. We'll see Sanjan doing a lot of elevators. We will also see a Tally near the end of the mission, who is a fan favorite of a lot of Mass Effect players.
Including me. I think everyone here.
We're
Tally stands here.
Yeah. We'd also like to apologize to all the Tally fans. You'll see why.
Yeah. And sometimes you can be a fan of someone and also recognize their need to take a nap. Anyway, Sanjan is going to be skipping a lot of the level just by doing a lot of those precise elevators, and then also, yeah, using the melee to get through. That's why they have the pistol equipped.
Yeah, and I believe that kind of lunge forward to get onto the railing is necessary. I don't know if there's an easy elevator up to that rail if you miss it, but there are a few places like that. Fortunately, these tricks are all pretty consistent, so just play well.
Yep. Sanjan also making use of Miranda's ability Overload there. It does a ton of damage to shields and robots, which there are a lot of, and biotic enemies are not very, or biotic characters are not very good at. Here we see Overload again for its shield, and then Sanjan is just going to finish it off with the rocket, the RPG launcher.
Oh, hey, there's Tali.
Oh, here, Tali. Have a nap.
You monster!
She's sleepy. I love
You'll see why I did this. Like I said, I apologize, Tally fans, if I don't get it. Well, I didn't just demonstrate it, but if we've done this right, we have skipped all the cutscenes like that.
Yeah. And we see Tim briefly. Hi, Tim. Bye, Tim.
Hi, Timmy. Bye, Timmy. Yeah, you'll see him, and then you'll see him come and go like a lot of times. So you're gonna see a lot of Miranda and Morden, and later Morden. But would one of you all like to explain how good of a character?
So Miranda, as we already mentioned, has that overload ability, which is very good. She also just has a passive that increases all weapon damage by 12.5%. We love dealing more damage, so we very much want that. Here we're going to see Sanjan do another one of those elevators. This is a bit tricky. This is Bobby skip. It's a skip that takes you right to Bobby.
Yeah, I have to be careful of like where I walk here because I can easily get very stuck. Yeah. I've done that a lot.
And so here we're checking out the real underlife of Omega. And
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. We have skipped to Bobby. That's Bobby's skip.
Once in, you'll notice that there are going to be a lot of really quick skips, and then if you're not paying close attention, you might miss when we actually reach Morden's lab. But this whole section is going to be pretty tightly split up between where you skip and where you kill enemies and where you need to kill certain enemies to just get doors to open. So you can follow it as closely as you want, but in the meantime, we have time for like 2 or 3 donations.
Okay, well, I'd like to first start out saying that the incentive for the No One Left Behind run has been met. We will be saving everybody. And then we have a $10 donation from Kirby Master that says, grab the pistol and armor from the locker. You don't have time to wait around, Shepard. Keep your head down, Shepard. Shield. Someone's hacking the security trying. Looks like they set up a barrier. Look out! The donation gets to go to Runner's Choice.
Yeah, so my Runner's Choice which was whatever the next incentive here, and that's a reference to the first 10 seconds, because if you do resets of this, as you saw when I got staggered at first, if you're doing an actual run, you just reset. So I didn't get the charge here. I'll just read instead.
It's just so soon into the run, and it costs a few seconds. So
yeah,
why not?
So in addition to the movement that we see out of charge, it also gives you a portion of your little purple health bar back. So it is a very useful ability here.
Yeah, it restores shields, gives you a little bit of damage reduction. Excuse me, I can speak, for a short amount of time. And coming up soon here, we're going to get to the stage end of this section where you have to open 2 vents. Ideally, Sanjan is going to be able to kill enough enemies quickly enough that the doors will open really quickly and she can just biotic charge in there, close the vent, and be good. But even if that doesn't happen, it's not a big deal. It never takes long for the doors to open after that. So that's kind of a theme where for most tricks in this run and quick strategies, if you miss it,
the backup isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world for the vast majority of things.
Yeah, with some exceptions.
Yeah, if you're going for a top run, so you would probably care about that more, but...
Yeah.
Oh god.
It is-
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes
That's a
it will really not want to let you get some of those trickier charges
I don't
off.
think I got a really good pattern, so I don't think the door's
No.
opening. Also, ideally, I want Jacob to die there because I skip a line that he says. Like, you'll see here, he's going to say a line, but it just gets to the end, but...
Yeah.
And now we got our favorite Solarian, Morden.
Yep.
He is the very model of a scientist Solarian.
He is that, yes. Do you want to do the whole thing?
I don't have the whole thing memorized.
I would have to break out the phone right now.
Going to need a lab.
And from the plot perspective, we recruit Morden because he will help us devise a cure for the horrible insect plague that the spooky kidnapper people are using.
Yeah, he has the ability to make essentially a nullification field so that they can't detect you. And that's kind of important because otherwise you'd be paralyzed, and you don't want to be paralyzed. Also, he has the Incinerate ability, which is highly useful. It is incredibly effective against armor. It has good AoE damage, and it's going to be used extensively.
The cooldown's not bad either, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So overload and incinerate, very good, and that's why Miranda and Morden are going to be our squad mates most of the time. Here's Zaid. We're going to recruit Zaid. Hi, Zaid. And then I
He's
think also by
basically
Zaid.
kind of like an extra body, and he's just right there because he's a DLC character.
Yeah, we're not going to be recruiting everyone, just the people we need for the No One Left Behind run. So, sorry to fans of characters like Zane, not Zane, what am I thinking?
Thane, Legion, and
Zane is a
Kasumi.
different game.
Kasumi and Samara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we pick up Legion, but he stays in the...
You have to talk to Arya for a second, aka. So I should mention the speedrun mod like also allows you to be able to like quickly kind of like spam click through dialogue like that, which you've seen me doing for like the past 15, 10, 12 minutes.
All right. So we are getting ready for this third recruitment mission here in Omega. We're going to pick up Archangel, who is apparently managed to make literally everyone in Omega mad enough to try and kill him. So obviously we're just going to be like, hey, you seem like a cool, normal person. Would you like to work for us?
Yeah, so basically kind of like the speedrun happens in a couple phases. Like our first phase is recruit like the necessary squad mates, and then we trigger a mission, and then a couple more missions, then we trigger a special mission, and then we just do the loyalty missions that we need, and we're basically kind of mostly smooth sailing from here.
And coming up here, there's going to be a nice little variation after a couple elevators of basically the melee off a ledge trick, and this is going to involve a loading zone. Sanjan is doing a slightly safer method because this one does vary from PC to PC, so this method is consistent. But you're going to see
I can easily adjust myself.
safety save there, and if all goes well, she'll cross this gap like so, and skip having to go around a little bit and having some dialogue and such. So that's a nice little time save there. And then once again here, getting up in an elevator and getting to the next section.
Yeah, we really did mean it when we met Shepard's Spectre. Everything's good on my end. I just had to do like a sanity check there for the cane. Which,
and there's a bomb. Oh my god, you blew up that bomb.
Right in your own face, too.
Right in your own face. We're gonna be doing more bombs in our own faces.
Indeed.
Oh, hey, it's Garrus.
It's Garrus. Hey, buddy, how you been?
This Renegade interrupt is slower.
It is. Also, in these sections, there's a fair amount of kind of calculated pacing, I guess you would say, of when and where you kill enemies. Also, watching where your squad mates are looking for knowledge of when, where certain enemies are going to spawn in.
They went ham. Okay, I respect the play.
Yeah, but that's all fairly self-explanatory, so you do have time for another 2 or 3 donations.
Sure. We have a $50 donation from Sylvia S7. We have a $25 donation from The Captain. And then we have a $25 anonymous donation. All with no comment. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I think that was really good. We'll see.
Yeah, it looked like all 4 of them died inside the building.
Yeah, so that was a really good
No more
pattern.
waves, right into this mech fight. That's what you want to see.
Yep.
So there's overload, then you take out the rest of the shield. Using the Matic here, this is the most effective assault rifle in the game. We also picked up an upgrade for that, and that's going to be applied on the Normandy to just get more damage.
Yep. And Sanjan here took a lot of damage, but is using Reeve to keep their health up. Reeve is a really neat biotic ability. It lets you basically steal health from life or from enemy health and armor.
Yeah, it's very effective against barriers, like Warp is, which is part of its mechanics, and armor, and then the healing effect on top of it. It's just super good.
It's so nice. And yeah, the run uses it in a couple places for a really cool way. The way this mission is structured, there are 3 different groups, merc groups attacking, and the cycle between which merc group is active, and each one assaults in a different way. And between them, you go talk to Garrus. He's like, "Wow, you're so cool," or "Oh my God, I'm getting shot so much. Why?"
So this is Shutters. A lot of this is pretty scripted. It's just biotic charging at specific points, and then kind of staggering or killing enemies that could damage you or slow you down. It's fairly self-explanatory.
Okay, I got the green light. Go ahead, Sanjan. Take it away again.
All right, hello everyone. I'm in the menu screen because we had to do some recalibrations on our side because Tally wasn't very happy that we used a rocket launcher on her, so she overloaded the tech. Shout out to the tech team for handling that fire. Tally, we told you we'll make it up to you soon, TM. I promise. Okay, so let's. I paused. For those of you who just missed it, we're just closing Shutters, so we could probably talk about why we're playing our original version than Legendary Edition. But before that, let's start the countdown again on 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's go.
We're back.
So the question, why are we playing on this version and not Legendary Edition? It's pretty simple. Legendary Edition doesn't have a lot of the stuff that you can do in this version. So elevators, I don't think you can do that. If it does, it functions differently and doesn't work in a lot of the places we use it here. As far as other glitches, many of those don't work as well. It has a speedrunning mod as well. So a lot of the cutscenes and such are going to be skipped and cut in a Mass Effect 2 Legendary run, which is nice. But it's pretty much entirely a glitchless run because of the way that the engine is different and maybe a couple changes they made.
Thanks, Shep. I think you're right.
All right. So now we've done 2 of those 3 merc groups. And here we have a giant flying thing that is trying to kill us.
Yeah. That said, I do highly recommend the Legendary Edition for casual play. It is excellent.
Yeah, one thing in the original edition is ammo is pretty hard to find.
Yeah, the ammo game can be real frustrating, and I think it's much better in Legendary Edition.
Yeah, and some of those enemies, you might have noticed that Genta survived a little bit instead of being killed right away. That is to prevent a soft lock. And then down here,
We got a bit of
Sanjan can look at where the squad mates are looking, and that's where the enemies are going to come in.
Yep, and we've got a little bit of an auto-scroller here, which is a great time to talk about the cane, which is the giant weapon with that nuclear symbol on Sanjan's back that we are going to be using to end this mission. The cane is a heavy weapon. It is the heaviest weapon. It is so heavy that you really only get one shot with it. Each piece of heavy weapons ammo is 25% of that 100%, and it does a lot of damage. Here we're going to see Sanjan aiming it very precisely at that corner, and that is going to end the mission. Because it one-shots that boss. And Garrus is taking a nap. Lots of naps from our Mass Effect 1 friends. It's okay, they're very tired. It's been a long 2 years.
I think Garrus, after recalibrating all the tech, he's pretty tired.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
it was a lot of work.
He brought us back from the brink, show Garrus some love.
You've received a new message at your private terminal.
All right, so now we are done with Omega. And then now we're pretty much kind of off to different galaxies. The main thing that we need to do is recruit our mandatory characters.
Yep. Now we're here for the first half, or the second half of Team Rocket. We already started with Jacob. We're here.
It's kind of like an inside joke to why I call them Team Rocket later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see.
But anyways, Jack is the person we're recruiting here. We need Jack for the final mission. Jack is a very powerful biotic, and you need a powerful biotic who trusts you for the final mission. We are going to be using Jack for that.
Yeah, the first bit of this is like quite a bit of walking, but the last part is scary. So if you got 1 or 2 donations or something to say, now's the good time.
Yeah, then we can start talking about the mission once it gets interesting.
Well, let's talk about some of the things you can win if you put some donations in throughout the course of the first half of this week. For a minimum donation of $250, you could be entered to win a replica Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII. If you do a minimum donation of $75, you could be entered to win a custom Game Boy Advanced SP. So if you're interested in any of those things, want to support the cause, and also have a chance to win something cool, get those donations in.
And if you want to see a picture of those prizes, those are all on the tracker. So you can go in there and have a look.
All right, so now we are back. It is once again going to be cane time. Beautiful thing about the cane, a couple beautiful things about the cane. It has a large AoE.
Very large.
We're going to see Sanjan taking advantage of that. Another beautiful thing about it is that even though it does a lot of damage to you personally, it actually cannot deal more damage. You have the little sort of purple shield thing and then your red health bar. If you have any amount of purple, it cannot break through the purple and get to the red, which is great because if it could, it would one-shot you every time we use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically the main thing to make sure is that I'm not in red HP
Yeah.
if I'm getting hit by the cane.
And that mech you don't have to kill, so the cane is used to kill the one that you do have to kill.
Yep.
And now this is the boss. Sanjan is going for a quick kill here, going to pump some shots in there, and then do a couple abilities.
That's
and
perfect.
then, nice.
Nice.
That
Yep.
was textbook.
Yeah, that was really good. He can walk around and kind of basically ruin your day. And if that happens, it's also not the end of the world. You just lose 10 to 15 seconds because you have to lower down the shield and then bop him again, and then you cry a little bit.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
You have got mail.
And then now we're pretty much just off to kind of grab our last mandatory squad mate.
Yep.
And then you'll kind of see like an introduction of a fun new trick that we can do with the tactics menu. You saw me
Yeah.
do that for Jack just because technically it's faster to not use it, but I personally do that for safety, and it just makes it a lot more manageable because I can kind of control where I aim, because if I don't do it, then my squad mates like to miss their attacks.
Yeah, so there are going to be a couple elevators here and a little bit of skipping, but in particularly the second little bit of it, there is a death trigger. So if that happens, like, you just die. Things like that exist out of bounds in places. So right here, that's fine. You just jump right over there, but now we're jumping down to another area where we really shouldn't be able to, but while in the tactics menu, that death plane is not active. So, cool.
Very neat. Also fascinating. All right, and other than that, we're going to be doing a lot of just sort of like...
First season of Shockwave, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Shockwave is really fun ability. Basically...
Really? He didn't get flung high enough? That's an H.
Did it hit him at all? It looked like he had full health.
I think it hit him, but generally he loses, or like the Eclipse soldier loses a lot of HP when they fly over the edge, which kills them. So that was unfortunate, but that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shockwave is particularly useful on lower difficulties because then there are a lot of enemies that do not have armor, shields, or barrier, because Shockwave doesn't really do much against enemies that have any of those additional defenses.
Yeah. Here's our first bypass. We got this little puzzle. Sanjan needs to click the matching symbols. There is a time limit, but more important than that, we just want to be doing it fast. And
That wasn't a great layout. Hopefully, when there are later ones that have to be done within a particular amount of time,
there's
more of a soft limit because of it depends on enemies.
yeah.
But yeah, that is random.
Yeah. There we see.
Yeah,
Sanjan
this
using-
area is like really scary because like everything like hits you for a lot.
Yeah, we were playing this game on the lowest difficulty, but as it happens, Mass Effect 2 is a cover shooter, and in cover shooters, you are supposed to stay behind cover and shoot. We are not doing that. That's slow, so we're instead running around, getting shot a lot, and then making liberal use of movement and healing abilities to stay alive, even out of cover, because even a cover shooter on lowest difficulty, or even on lowest difficulty in a cover shooter, if you are running through enemies, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, it doesn't do so well with the run and gun kind of Doom style of gameplay.
Yeah, it's just really not what the series is about. Unless you're playing a Vanguard in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, the nice thing about Vanguard is that you recover your shield, but like even then it's just gonna sail down like really quick.
Yeah. All right, here both our squad mates have died, which is a little sad, or would be if it weren't the case that there's a trigger that we will hit that will just auto-revive them. Yep, now they're back. Everything's fine. It's
Yeah,
like,
we also don't need them for this part.
And there are two bosses down here. There is a mech and a boss character that you have to kill. So Sanjan is going to start charging here. And once the door is open, before they have a chance to get away, separate from each other, which they do pretty quickly, the cane shot is already going and blowing up, and that's the fight.
Yep.
Yeah, there are so many times when it's just we don't even see the enemies because we know where they'll be, and we also have a tactical nuke, and that's a combination that can be very powerful for us.
Yeah, it's not actually a nuke, technically. If you read the in-game description of it, it just functions like one for non-radioactive purposes.
Thanks, Mass Effect technology.
Because really, it's just a mass driver that is very powerful.
Why did they put the radiation symbol on it? I mean, it's fun and aesthetic. I guess that's why.
Yeah, I
Alright.
would guess so.
Well, here we are going to talk to Tim and doing a bunch of ship errands, which is a good time for some donations if you have any.
Shepard, I think we have them. Horizon, one of our colonies in the Terminus systems, just went silent.
Okay, looks like there's some communication going over there. But yeah, we do have some time for the host to speak about various things and stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple seconds, or just like probably about 30, 45 seconds of us just walking around, and then we'll explain the Horizon.
Okay, let's get in some donations. We have a $10 donation from One Free Fits that says, "It's me, One Free Fits again, hanging out in the check station, loving the Mass Effect 2 run. I know it's not Octopath Traveler 2, but can I get a yeehaw, anyone?"
Yeehaw!
Oh, there you go. If I had modding skills, I would mod a hat on
that would have been
Shepard, but I think it's difficult to do in this engine.
Still some time?
You can do one more donation.
Okay. We have a $10 donation from Remy Toast Haste. It says, "Hi, Eiko. Looking good up there. Just wanted to show support for my bestie, Gal Pal, providing color commentary as long as the color is blue. You're doing a great job. I hope you're all having a great time on the run. Is there a Kiss Garrus % category for this game?"
I guess there could be a category extension made.
Yeah. There's one for like games like Dragon Age.
Garrus deserves it, I think.
So coming up here is going to be a slightly different skip. It's still an elevator, but this one in particular involves the loading, and then Sanjan is going to have to stay towards the left here in order to keep the areas loaded that we want loaded. And this is going to skip this whole section. You can see there's basically no combat up until this point where there's going to be some, because you can't skip this. And then we're also going to see here the first and only example of the hacking minigame. This can be very fast, or it can not. So let's see how this goes.
Looking good so far, but
Go to 3.
Oh, nice.
That's actually really
that's
good.
very good.
That's a good one. So it can go on for a long time, not giving you the things that you need.
It's also how programming works in real life.
Yeah,
Can
totally.
confirm. All right, and here we're going to meet our good friend Harby.
He likes to assume direct control of things, and we find that annoying because, you know, we're like supporters of freedom and stuff. So yeah, we persuade him with reeve and bullets and things like that to, try another time.
Maybe chill a little bit.
He's trying to assume direct control of the speedrun.
We don't want that.
We
We
do
want to
not.
remain in control because we want to go fast. We know how to go fast. We don't think he does. We don't trust him.
And I think he just wants to try to assume direct control by interesting methods.
Yeah, all right. Hello, Harvey. Goodbye, Harvey. All right, and if you played this section casually, you may be wondering, how do they deal with the giant boss with the horrible lasers? You may also not be wondering. The answer is Kane.
When in doubt.
When in doubt, Kane.
When in doubt, Kane. You might also be wondering how we keep having full ammo for this weapon. There is a bit of a glitch. This is why we have autosave off. We just get arcane ammo back at the end of every mission.
Yeah, it has to do with the way the game updates the values. And by saving or not in particular places, you can kind of trick the game into thinking that you didn't use all of your ammo. So you just get it again.
Yep. We see Sanjan equipping the cane again because at the end of that mission you get the collector particle beam and it's like, oh, obviously you want to use this cool new heavy weapon. No, you wait, you want to use the cane.
No.
All right.
Nope. And then, so thanks to everyone for donating to meet this awesome incentive. We're going to have a happy ending, folks.
Yep. And to have a happy ending, we need to do some loyalty missions. But first, we're going to go recruit Tally.
Yeah, so Tally is required for one of the ship upgrades. Otherwise, someone dies during the final mission if you don't get all of the upgrades. Jacob and Garrus have the other two. And here...
I'm just going to walk normally.
This is really precise, and I messed it up a lot in practice, so...
There's a lot of sun... your shields are overloading.
That's fine.
You're in the sun. Are you sure about this?
It seems fine.
Ooh,
yep.
I'm out of the sun right meow.
Well,
what sun?
Yeah, this is all fine.
This is just another day in the. Just another day in the.
The life of Commander Shepard.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that skips a little bit of plot and dialogue and such. This next one is going to skip past this door here, and then there's going to be another one, a little section of out of bounds that is going to skip past the majority of the mission, which is basically getting some explosives and fighting some geth. Then you have to blow up this door that you're going to see in a moment. You can see it right now, actually. And that takes time.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of time,
Trevor doesn't have
actually.
time for that. She was a Spectre, so I mean she's taking Spectre to a literal degree.
She's a strong, independent woman and needs no walls. And
They're just
respects no
suggestions
walls.
anyway.
Yeah. Do I have the key? I just had to sanity check myself because if I like
It's
messed
right there
up
on
a
your
save
back.
somewhere,
Yep.
then
No, I saw you re-equip the
yeah,
cane.
you swapped it.
yeah. Yeah, don't worry. This is just another day in the life of
Yeah. Normal, weird, not at all Shadow Realm. Yep, and we're back in the level. Never left it, really.
yeah.
If you think about it. If you think about it, like exactly the right amount. All right,
This
there's a
is
Geth
scary
Prime
part.
here. Big.
Where are you going, buddy?
Come on, buddy. We're gonna say hi, and then we're gonna say bye. Please shoot our squad mates instead of us.
Looks like that's what the Prime
Yep.
is doing, so...
Perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Otherwise, it hurts a lot.
Yeah. Geth Prime, big robot with big guns. Of course.
Speaking of big robot,
Yeah.
we've
we're
got
gonna-
a
Geth Colossus.
even bigger.
Yeah, so this Geth Colossus here is trickier to get to with a charge than it looks like. You have to kind of pop out of cover. Now just going to hide behind there and use the AoE to do the work because otherwise it will damage you and the cane shot will be lethal to both of you, which we don't want.
Hi, Tally.
All right. It's okay, bestie. We'll make up for our transgressions.
I guess we're even now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We got her. She got us. Fair is fair. I mean, we were offline for a lot longer than she was, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Come on.
definitely, like 2 years plus now.
All right. So there's going to be a lot of kind of like filler content here. Basically, we're just doing a whole bunch of chores. like grabbing loyalty missions, waking up our friendly neighborhood Krogan here. So if you got anything, this is literally a really good time. You got about a minute and a half.
Sure, we have some donations to read. We have a $25 donation from EikoTheBlue that says, Nyom. We have an anonymous $25 donation. We have a $5 donation from Plush Mayhem, no comment. We have a $120 donation from Doe Wolf that says, barrier status, gotten over.
Thank you.
If you got more,
Surely.
literally there's lots of filler content right here. So
Sure, no, we do have some more. We have a $20 donation from Wandering Mind that says, RPG limit break starting on my birthday. Couldn't ask for anything more. Glad I can catch it this year. I'm Wandering Mind, and this is my favorite speedrunning marathon on the Citadel.
We actually don't go to the Citadel this entire run.
Nope.
yeah, fun fact. We
No
do
one
go
will-
to the Citadel in any percent.
Yeah.
That's a grab Kasumi.
Yep.
We have a $5 donation from Geister Carl. Says, RPG limit break is always a highlight of the year. Thanks for all those great RPGs.
Chef surprise again. Come on, Rupert.
Yeah.
Alright, we have to grab this upgrade from Garrus because if we don't, well, it'll unlock his loyalty mission soon, and we cannot get the upgrade, and then we will probably cry because his loyalty mission is actually quite a bit slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only do you have to do the Citadel and do some stuff there before you even get to it, it's not the fastest
Yeah.
mission.
It's very long.
If you are interested in seeing it, however, there is a category called All Loyalty Missions. So look that up if you want to see what a bit more of a completionist run looks like.
Your private
In all loyalty missions, do you do all the loyalty missions?
You should.
Okay.
Ideally, yes. But before that, we've got kind of like a. So basically, in order to be able to kind of like unlock the next big mission, which is the collector ship, you kind of have to do like a total of 5 missions. So some of these thrown into here are like filler missions. Like this one, for example, is a filler mission that is just really quick, and it's also on the way of Jacob's loyalty mission.
Yep.
We're gonna ignore this mechanic of beating them up and just open the door because
Yep.
charge is a great ability.
Charge is so good. Like, even casually, if you have not played through these games as a Vanguard, highly recommend picking up the Legendary Edition and trying it because it is so fun. You just
Vanguard is, I have to say, the most fun class to play.
yeah.
Although Infiltrator is also pretty
Yeah,
fun.
I've played a bunch of Infiltrator, but Vanguard, they're both so good.
And I wish Adept was more effective on
Yeah.
higher difficulties, but alas.
Yeah.
Because it has some abilities that are just like effectiveness away from being really fun.
Yeah. All right, and now we're going to, this is our first instance of traveling between systems like this, and it uses fuel. We are actually going to strategically use fuel and run out, because that gets you towed back to the mass relay in the system. But for now, we are going here to do Jacob's loyalty mission. The theme of this mission is that Jacob's dad is not a very good person.
Yeah. So I will say real quickly that if you're wondering why a couple times Sanjan has left a system and then gone right back in the system, it's because whenever you enter a system, you go to a specific point. So sometimes it's faster where the game loads you to, instead of going to where you want to go in the system, to leave it, come back, and just be put right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's an interesting application of quick save, quick load. When I spam the dialogue wheel after quick loading, then it kind of like deloads like a cutscene, as you saw. Like generally, like you see that lady in that cutscene, but we kind of skipped that.
Yeah, it's similar to delaying tactics like that in Mass Effect 1, but it's I guess a little closer to the buffers in the KOTOR games, another BioWare staple, because you don't have to load a new save after like you do in Mass Effect.
Shoot, I did not mean to. That was definitely really bad. So so what I did here was I forget the command to kind of like go back to the. Yeah, so this game is a little jank.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the command to go back to the menu, so I'm gonna have to kind of like restart the game here. Unfortunately, I'm in full screen, so because as you see here, I'm pretty much stuck. So
Yeah.
Yeah, this
y'all
is
just
a
will
soft
give
lock.
us a it's sort of a weird soft lock that can happen.
Yeah. All right.
So just give us a moment, and then let me restart the game. It will be pretty quick. Apologies, but this is sort of like the Mass Effect bingo.
Yeah, the PC ports are far from perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Well, why don't we take a minute to talk about some stuff? Did y'all know that RPG Limit Break had launched a new merchandise store?
Just go ahead.
From
Yeah, just go
hoodies
for
to
it.
coffee mugs to even fanny packs, you're sure to find your new favorite RPG Limit Break branded gear. And the best part is, all proceeds from our merchandise sales go directly towards
Tough
funding
Ninjas.
RPG
Oh,
Limit
okay.
Break, so we can continue to bring you the awesome live events every year. To visit our online store, please visit www.store.rpglimitbreak.com. We have some donations that came through. We have a $10 donation from Vengeful Blade upon thee. All I have to say is, my nomination for Warrior's name in Dragon Quest III is going to shock the world, because it is none other than Shockmaster. We have a $50 donation from Smitty Llama that says, amazing start, seeing two great games absolutely blown open with great commentary. And now Mass Effect 2, really looking forward to this week. And I think we're actually ready to go back to the run, so let's throw it back over.
All right, we're back. I just had to restart the game. I hit the bingo because like if I kind of like press too many buttons while like that's playing, then the game can soft lock. It's a great PC port.
Yeah. Technology. It's good.
If we're
Again,
good on timer, let's just start again in 3, 2, 1, go.
yeah, again, I recommend Legendary Edition
Yeah.
for casual play.
I have to say though, it is more
There's
time
a
on
price
this
we
planet.
pay for really funny looking glitches.
Yeah.
It's jank stuff like this.
Yeah. If
But
you
yeah.
can't handle her at her soft locking, you don't deserve her at her wall clipping.
That makes sense to me.
Good.
Better be friendlier than the beach. I need answers.
I don't have any words to say for that. Okay, we did it.
All right, first try.
We beat the game
Well, when in doubt,
at its own.
Kane.
Yeah, when in doubt, Kane. So this is like a very dangerous part here. Like you'll see, kind of coming up later. Oh come on.
There we go.
It can be really finicky. Of course it explodes.
Yeah.
It can be really finicky to get the biotic charge to work. The programming around that is not perfect on any version of the game. It's a little better on Legendary, I think, but that might just be me not playing the game in a while.
It's also just sort of like kind of a hard problem. Just like the thing they want
Yeah.
to do is like make it so that if you can see an enemy and also mumble, then you can charge to them.
Yeah, basically have line of effect.
Yeah.
Is what you would call it in RPG terms.
Yeah, I'm basically just waiting here because there's gonna be a really precise Kane shot.
Yeah.
It's really scary because rip Jacob.
Yeah. We do
I did not want those credits, but sure.
those free 0 credits. All right, we'll get that Kane shot off and
So it's very easy to get inside that blast while you have no shields because of the setup of this area. But Jacob is back because you need him to be conscious to speak with his dad here.
yep.
But yeah, that's his loyalty mission, so he is now loyal.
Yay.
I also had to delay doing that because you can get stuck in this cutscene. The game's just not designed for Shepard doing all these vector tricks and going way too fast.
Yeah. That won't stop.
All right, so
Commander, you've received a new
so after this, we finish Jacob's loyalty mission. We're gonna do another loyalty mission on the way here. We're gonna do Jax because she is a really good biotic. Will
And
do the job.
yep.
Yeah, you need certain characters with certain tasks that they're good at to be loyal during the final mission. Otherwise, you will lose people. And the whole point of the No One Left Behind is you don't have to recruit everyone, but everyone you recruit has to survive.
Yeah. And the 3 characters we're going to be using for that, and thus the 3 characters we're going to be making loyal are Jacob, Jack, and Tally. Our good friend Tally. Please don't shut our stream down again, Tally.
Tally, I'm sorry, okay?
It's all right. We'll get you exonerated in a little bit.
Yeah, so here's a pretty cool quick save, quick load strat here. Just deload the plane and
Yep. Now we're in the floor. On the floor.
just a little bit of good old Spectre powers here that we're kind of like doing here.
There isn't a whole lot of combat here. There will be a cane shot just because there are a couple strong enemies there, and it's quick.
Yep.
And
We
you
got the
have
cane.
it.
Yeah, we got
Why
the cane
not?
shot. Why not use it?
Exactly.
Sharing is caring.
But otherwise, it's mostly just going to be kind of running around doing a little bit of very basic stuff. So if you want to take it away, RJ, go right ahead.
Shortly, we have a $10 donation from Elusive Man. It says,
Hi, Timmy.
I am help fund this endeavor. I am not evil. Donation towards Shepard's, in parentheses, runner choice. I trust she will do what is right. And then we have a $10 donation from Cairo that says, don't got much to give, but I'll share what little I have to spare. Good luck this week.
Oh.
Thank you so much for your donations.
I feel like
Any amount helps.
Absolutely.
I'm a dangerous bitch, but then I'm a little girl again.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. Jack is doing some emotional processing here. This is the facility that did horrible unethical medical experiments on her.
That's why she hates Miranda.
And also why she wants to blow this place up.
Yeah, that's the mission. We're coming here and we're doing emotional processing via a large yield explosive.
If you really want to think about loyalty missions, it's just Shepard being everyone's therapist.
It kind of is.
Yeah, but like the kind of therapist who like hears about your like really horrible actions, like, can we put a hit on that guy?
And then you solve all these problems with let's fix those problems one way or another.
You solve your problems with explosives.
Just use the cane.
Just use the cane.
Don't tell me how to deal with my pet.
Also, there's going to be a really hilarious looking cutscene. This is kind of a result of the speedrun mod because the speedrun mod removes movies, and but it doesn't like remove like the kind of like the length time itself.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
These,
So
like-
you're going to see this like hilarious.
Yeah, so like there's a
moments.
pre-rendered video that isn't here and doesn't play, but there's in-game like character models moving around, and so we're just going to see very funny things when that happens, especially with the character's eyes. Like, hello, hello.
We've all seen
It gets
better
really
days.
funny with Joker
Oh
later.
my God, Joker's eyes. All right, and Jack is now loyal. We did it.
Yeah, we fixed her problems. Like we fixed Jacob's problems, and then soon Tally's problems.
We're going to fix so many problems. I mean, really, just 3 problems.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
3 is a number that can be so many.
Game, stop telling us where you want us to go. We're going where we want to go.
Yep. And now we see our fuel is down to 384.
So we're gonna do this last like kind of filler mission. If you blink, you'll miss it, basically.
Oh, it's so funny though. All right. Sometimes you will see Sanjan just pick Garrus instead of Morden. This is when we don't actually care about the mission. All right. So this mission is there's some mechs destroying crates. And we want to stop them. We have stopped them.
That's all it took. I mean,
And all the crates survive.
Yeah.
They are explosive resistant, but
Yeah.
not impact resistant.
Yeah.
apparently.
They're weak to mech. And we are a biotic. All right. Now we are going to run around into the Normandy, and this is to activate the next major mission, which is the collector ship. First half of which is a bit of a wander around auto scroller.
yeah. Before that, let's I guess like casually, like after this, there's gonna be one mission that like once you kind of like trigger that story mission, then like you're kind of like on a race against time. So generally, like casually, tip wise, like once you do this mission, they'll generally say you should do like all the other missions that you can, and then
Yeah.
finish that said mission. So
We're going to go right from one to the other.
Yep. We're basically doing a bare minimum to kind of save our crew. But in the meantime, if you have anything you want to say for like a minute or so, like 2 or 3 little things you want to say, you got some time. It's just whole W simulator.
Okay. Well, let's start off with a donation. We have a $100 donation from Wells. It says, just once, I'd like for someone to say, yes, certainly, I'll help you save the galaxy. Just let me go grab my stuff.
That's Tally.
Yeah, that is Tally.
And then let's just take a moment to acknowledge the community artists who designed the RPG Limit Break logo. We have LLK and Mega Wheeze and It's Casa, who are responsible for designing several of the emotes, which you can access by subscribing to RPG Limit Break's channel. All revenue from subscriptions, bits, and the ads we run contribute to funding our annual marathons. And your support in this regard is critical to helping us put on these wonderful events year after year.
Way beyond coincidence.
And here we have the revelation that this very ship is the one that destroyed the original Normandy and the original Shepard in the intro that we skipped.
God, I love the way Morden talks sometimes.
Yeah, it's very the way Solarian dialogue in general and Morden in particular dialogue. It's just very stilted in terms of the word choice, and there's still a decent amount of emotion and it's very fun. Here we're going to have another one of those kill plane skips, and this skips a huge auto-scroller portion of the mission.
There are a bunch of platforms that would fly in, and they'd all have enemies, and you'd have to kill all those enemies. Then you'd have to run around a little bit. There we go. There's the drop. But yeah, this is all planned, and you can see the cane shot charging. So once again, there was a Praetorian there.
Yeah.
And you can see it dissolving a little bit, but that's it. You don't really get a good view of the Praetorians in the speedrun.
Yeah,
it's not in my canon.
Yeah, the Praetorian who we're just firing that cane for fun.
It's not in your cannon. It's in the area of effect of your cannon.
Yeah. There's a lot of puns going around.
All right, yeah, and
hey, we can do things right around here sometimes.
You should Chat, you should donate for all these Mass Effect funds. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Can't target them.
Donations are effective.
Yeah, donations are super effective.
Massively so, you might say.
You might.
Also, we encountered our first Scion there. They're very overtuned, even in casual difficulty, and pretty soon we'll be seeing a lot of them, and it's very scary, and I hate it.
Yeah, they are all armor, which means we can't use biotic abilities that disrupt them or apply physics to them, like pull or shockwave. And they will one-shot your shields with their really obnoxious railgun-like attack. And they're really ugly. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Do not like how they look.
The vibes are not there.
Yeah, the vibes rancid.
You know, I think in a speedrun contest, Shepard would just decide everything based on A, speed, and then B, vibes.
Yeah. Just like in real life.
All right, so we are off to probably the most scariest mission. And that's because of one trick that I will do, and I'll note it, but I will need kind of silent time for that, because it is hardware dependent and the timing is slightly different, and if I don't get it, I basically kind of lose 15-20 seconds. But hopefully we'll get that, but we're pretty much off to kind of we got a signal for this derelict Reaper here, and then we're pretty much sent off to investigate. And this is the mission that I mentioned where you kind of want to make sure everything's settled before you do this mission. Also enjoy the weird Joker being weird.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a lot of that real soon.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Shepard.
All the chop, Joker.
Doing my best. The wind's gusting to 500 kph. There's a second ship alongside the Reaper. It's not transmitting any IFF, but the radar paints its silhouette as Geth.
I guess we know why the science team stopped reporting in.
You can't just assume it was Kath.
What just happened?
The Reaper's Mass Effect fields are still active. We just passed inside their envelope.
I don't know.
Oh,
there it is.
The eyes. Every time. It's so much.
Eye of the Hurricane. And it just shows his eyes. Thanks.
So I'll explain really quickly what Sanjan is about to try to do. So there is a later section of the level after this initial bit that normally you have to do a little bit of stuff to open a door for. Instead, we're going to head right up there and go around, and then Sanjan is going to attempt to jump off a ledge, and then with particular timing between two death planes that are pretty close together, actually, bring up the menu and load the area in. And if all goes well, you still have to survive the next section because you don't have a save there. No autosave. And I'll be quiet.
Okay,
Nice.
perfect.
All right.
Okay, so again, it's not over. There are a bunch of scions and other sorts of husk type enemies here, and so it can be a bit perilous. But Sanjan is going to progress up here. There's going to be an area where there are two scions right by the last door of this area, and the safe thing to do is to kill both of them.
Ooh, yeah, that's yeah.
Okay, getting
It's
shields
mostly just
back,
time
that's good.
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's not as bad. This getting staggered by these husks is really bad.
And of course it happens.
Yeah, I will try to go for the quick kill depending on...
Yeah, we'll see. Alright.
Okay, I think hopefully they'll distract them enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do this.
Alright. And
Okay.
we're good.
Nice.
Good
Okay.
job, Sanjan.
If you want a round of applause,
Yeah.
that's definitely one to
Yeah.
give a round of applause on.
That is probably the hardest part of the run right there. And then now we just go to the side so no husks get in our way and cane the core.
Yep. It's got one big health bar, and we have one big weapon. And that ends the mission.
I think we need
I didn't sell Legion. I'll just stay deactivated, which
Yeah.
again, I'm sorry to the Legion fans.
Yeah, not selling, not activating.
Yeah.
It takes time to do either of those things.
Yep. We will see him briefly T-posing them, really.
Why did I go here? So now I'm gonna do grab a Tally's loyalty mission here.
And then the ship upgrade. Oh, right, no, not
No,
yet.
the
Yeah.
ship upgrade's like very last.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So a little fun clip here that you can do to get us to the elevator. Now we're gonna help her out, and hopefully she won't overload the tech again. Or
Please, please, Tally.
The game. Please have mercy on us, Tally.
All right, and now we are out of fuel, and that will just sort of tow us here, right?
Yep.
We'll buy a little bit on the way out, but for now we're going to the migrant fleet. I'm gonna go say hi to.
Say hi to the flotilla. So there's going to be an interesting variant of the skip that you saw like on Jacob's loyalty mission. It's going to skip like a 2-minute cutscene, and if I don't get it, I'm just going to sit there and
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit there like with and we'll all enjoy cutscene %.
Yeah. Wait, is it flotilla? I thought it was flotilla, like tortilla.
I don't
Maybe
know.
if you're
Maybe Chad can donate to tell us.
maybe if you're
what-
Spanish or Mexican.
Maybe Chad can donate to us.
I
to
mean,
tell us,
wait, are you
what
saying
it
that if you're
sounds
not
like.
Spanish, you should say it tortilla? Is that the claim here?
Maybe.
Okay. I can stand by that. I like my.
I mean,
a good tortilla.
we have nachos.
We do have nachos. I'm always saying nachos.
And instead of burritos,
So I guess I'll show
burritos.
something real quick. Since we have a moment here, I skipped a whole bunch of cutscenes, and now they're just sitting there in the line. Or in the crowd. That's basically all I wanted to say.
All right, cool. And now we're gonna get to actually start the mission. Now that we've heard what's up is that Tally's father is posthumously accused of bad Geth-related activity.
Yeah, essentially experimenting with live Geth, which is dangerous and illegal for Quarians to do.
Yeah.
I guess one fun thing I'll probably mention them is like I kind of like did a quick save there. I did it mainly just like save my position, so that I always start with the AR.
can't reach
And we're just gonna pretty much gonna quickly run through it. And I did say I was gonna make it up to Tally. You know, she's been through a lot.
Yeah. And
Poor
she's about to
gal.
go through a bit more.
Yeah. And then we're gonna switch to Kane here.
Yeah, the next actual shot is going to be Kane, but here Tally
I mean,
finds
if I
her
press
father.
if I press, there's so like if you press like the left mouse button, it will skip this cutscene. So I had to make sure I not do
Yeah.
that.
We gotta give her a hug. Oh.
Damn it. Damn it. I'm sorry.
Make sure you give your loved ones or people that you love a hug, gamers.
Gotta support people when they need it.
Yeah.
So you just use the cane there because it's faster.
God, I love the cane.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
It's so good.
It is extremely busted in this game, and rightfully enough, they nerfed it in Mass Effect 3.
Sounds like the hearing is over.
I think they made it to like a bonus type of weapon. Also, I'm doing the most hardest trick, which is making sure I don't click the wrong dialogue.
Yeah. So at the end of Tally's loyalty mission, you go to the trial and present evidence or don't present evidence. Tally, in fact, begs you not to present the things that you found. And if you do it anyways, she doesn't get exiled, but she is so mad at you, you effectively failed the loyalty mission and she will not be loyal. And that would be very, very bad because we need her.
Yeah, so you have to pick the persuade option, and the persuade option for the good version instead of the intimidate version with Renegade. The Paragon version is faster, so you use Paragon.
Yeah.
So we're inching really close to the final mission here. I'm going to fuel up because we're out of fuel Reno. And then the final mission we're doing is just pretty much a really easy kind of filler mission.
Yeah.
So that pretty
And
much
it's
like
near
really,
Omega.
Yeah.
Which is important because the collector base is reachable through the spooky Omega 4 relay. It's just a special relay here, and we have discovered that its purpose is to, as transport to the collector base in the center of the galaxy.
This,
We
this
got-
elevator's a little precise.
Yep. We're just gonna.
So I don't remember what you have to exactly do in this mission. You have to go through a bunch of stuff, but we're just using our Spectre powers for the powers that may be, and we're just going to.
Yeah, there are basically a couple sections where you have to fight, and then you're able to open the next door. But once you get to the end,
It's
the
over.
mission ends.
Yep.
So
Well,
that's all you
just-
got to do.
Yep. And now.
We're pretty much very near the end, and there's going to be kind of like lots of content. And when I mean content, I mean things that anything that RJ wants to say. If you got anything to say, donations, anything, we're doing the section where
There's going to be a lot of plot
Yeah.
that we can't skip here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I have lots of content. I have a $25 donation from Miria. It says, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite speedrun marathon on the Citadel.
Meow.
And then I have a $10 anonymous donation that says, Joker, look with your special eyes.
Oh, we're about to get some
Yeah, it's,
incredible special Joker eyes.
Yeah, pay attention.
We're gonna have a
during
moment
this.
with Joker.
All right.
And his special ear.
Disabled. Detecting a virus in the ship.
There's just another day in the Milky Way galaxy. I mean, what do they call it? Not Andromeda, but
No, this is the Milky Way, right? Yeah, this is the Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes place in the Milky
yeah,
Way.
yeah. This is just another day in the Milky Way galaxy.
There's a game in another galaxy? Sorry. Oh, wait, that's all right. Mass Effect Galaxies.
Thinking
Right.
emoji.
The collectors have boarded.
I
So-
like the first half of Andromeda.
So basically, like, we play as him because they devised plot. Like, it doesn't make sense to like have all your squad mates like just leave on some kind of random thing. But you know, I guess they have to throw some plot in there. So if you got anything to say, anything more, RJ, you got another minute and a half of content.
Sure. Let's talk about Nami a little bit. Did you know that roughly 1 out of 5 Americans live with mental health condition? Sorry. We at RPG Limit Break are proud to be raising money for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, a charity that works tirelessly towards cracking the code of mental illness through various means such as education, leadership, and increasing the availability of care. Please join RPG Limit Break in supporting this incredibly worthy cause.
Detected on the crew deck.
I do really like that. Like normally, when you like move between loading screen or move between
Hi,
zones on
Kelly.
the Normandy, hi Kelly. What you see is like the loading screen that just shows the elevator going up and down. But in these Joker sections, you see this like little red line tracing the path that Joker is taking through the ship.
Hi,
It's
Legion. Legion's T-posing.
Legion's over there
everybody.
T-posing. Hi Legion, bye Legion. I love you,
Sorry,
Legion.
I don't know what's going on with my throat there.
It's very dry here.
Yeah,
but like
it's a very specific timing on the throat tickles too.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
yeah, there we see like Joker crawling through.
Yeah, so basically, plot-wise, what also happens here is that, like, EDI's kind of, like, bound, like, AI thinking programming to, like, Timmy and Cerberus, but EDI kind of, like, there's a certain part where just, like, they unlock the programming and EDI becomes a sentient AI.
Yeah, she's like an experimental sentient AI, and like she is like she is normally prevented from like actually accessing the ship's controls directly. She's just there to advise. But the thing that they do here to get through this sort of crisis is to give ED direct control, and she messes with the ship systems and it gets everyone else out. This is also sort of like the sort of turning point between the formerly totally antagonistic relationship between Joker and ED. They sort of start becoming friends, and that continues through Mass Effect 3, and I think it's very adorable.
Send a message to Shepard Shuttle.
There's a lot that happened.
Message away. Are you feeling well, Jeff?
And he's able to talk really well without moving his lips.
No.
Better than me.
It's good. It's good for ED to be showing what it looks like to provide support to a friend. You know, it's important. You gotta check in with your peeps
Yeah.
after they've gone through horrifying trauma.
Yeah, also, I guess one thing to note, if you're wondering why Joker... Let me grab the shielding here before I forget, is he has... What do you call it? Muscle the...
I don't remember the name of it, but it's
he has a degenerative muscle.
bone. It makes his
Bone, okay.
bones brittle.
Oh, he has
Brittle bone.
It's a thing that really isn't survivable with our current medical technology, but in the future...
In the future, they have Mass Effect bones.
Alright, so now we're pretty much on the final mission. There's a lot of mechanics that we kind of had to discuss. We had to buy those 3 upgrades because if we don't have it, people start dying, and that's a no bueno because we're trying to save everyone here. It's no one left behind. And there's a really long, complicated process on who dies, etc. That like it's beyond my own thinking.
Too close.
All right.
So each of these games are kind of like doing a check like on certain ship upgrades. So I think this one is like for Jacob's upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one for shields, one for hull, one for gun.
Yep.
And there's a little mini boss here that we face.
Take us in for a closer look.
There's a few tricks, fun tricks here, but otherwise, we got our best friend here to take care of it.
Yep. We got that new plating.
We got the other usual best friend, our BFF Kane.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, John.
So there's a whole flow chart you can check if you want that explains the mechanics of the final mission here. It is very complicated. We're just kind of glossing over a lot of it, but suffice it to say it's routed for you to get the best possible, fastest possible loyalty missions, the fewest possible loyalty missions, and beat the game.
Yep. All right, so here we have this 2-part boss fight against the Oculus Rift. Sanjan was standing in a very specific spot, so the Oculus's laser just would not hit them, and that she could also shoot back. You cannot kill the Oculus in your first time fighting it, so you just want to get it below a health gate, and then it leaves the ships. We get some more cutscenes, then we go back, and we saw Sanjan switch to the cane so that they would have it ready for saying hello.
Kinetic barrier steady at 30%. No significant.
And yeah, one thing to note is that this is this is pretty much where you have to plan the mission here. So I'm gonna say after this fight is the last call for donations because there's gonna be a lot going on.
Oh
like,
yeah,
at
the final mission is
portion here.
it's so much. All right, hello Oculus. Goodbye Oculus.
Yep, and that's basically it for the fight. So you've got like a minute and a half or so for like any last minute calls or
Yeah, donations.
We have a $10 donation from Voxandra with no comment. Thank you so much. And while we have a little bit of time, why don't we talk about some of the upcoming incentives for some of the upcoming runs? There's still an opportunity to pick the name for the main character of Romancing Saga, Minstrel Song. We have Kingston sitting at $16, so if you want to influence that run, pick a name. Feel free to throw in a donation towards that. We also have some donation incentives to pick crewmates in Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. You can choose the language for Grand Blue Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
Oh, I love fantasy.
Fantasy.
It's okay. Shout out to the host shout out to RJ for doing a great job hosting so far.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even though Tally and Garrus were messing with the tech a little bit too much. Shout outs to RJ for working through it.
Yeah, thank you, RJ.
Joker, you need to get the ship back online. Miranda, gather
Couldn't do it
everyone else in the
without
reading
you.
room. We need a plan.
All right, so this is where we pick pretty much who's going to be heading the part. This first part, we need a tech and a leader. Our tech guru will be Tally. Our leader will be Jacob.
Yeah, you need one of each loyal. As far as leaders, your other option is Garrus, and he is not loyal, so Jacob is the pick. And for tech, your other option is Legion, who is still in cold storage. So.
Yeah, then there's Kazumi, but her loyalty mission is 10 minutes long, and it's the worst loyalty mission ever, even though it's great casually.
It is a lot of fun casually, but I can imagine the speedrun being a little...
It is.
Yeah.
It is very scary because it crashes a lot, and the final fight is really scary.
Yeah.
And really
so
precise.
here you have to go, and Tally her path will be blocked in a few different points, so you're gonna have to stop and open the various blockages in the way. You can see there's one right ahead there. So
and there, she's stuck.
Just
And
gotta
Sanjan
open
will
it.
just...
Sanjan.
Sanjan will open it.
You walked right past it.
Sanjan, our specialist, is a danger. Sanjan.
You can see
See, I saved Tally, so she has to, kind of believe in me. I know, like, we kind of had a rocky, speedrun friendship, but, she's just got to trust.
All right, well, there's an event right there. You're going to hit that one, right? You're going to help. Sanjan,
I
your
have to
specialist
stall
is
there
danger.
for a second, and that's, like, time waste.
Oh, okay, well.
we don't want steamed quarry in here. Come on. Help her out.
That'll be fine.
Well, maybe the bar going down is the danger. Maybe she's in less danger now.
No, she's in more danger. That's like she's cooked when that meter goes to the bottom.
I do think it's interesting that it's on a timer the whole time.
See,
but
the main thing, removing that is gone.
Yeah.
So
it's just a run through to the end section. You don't actually have to interact with that system at all if you go fast enough.
To make sure to do this fine.
So yeah, once again, Jacob is the leader. And bringing Morden along because he has low survivability rating, Miranda for damage, as well as low-ish survivability when she is...
not in the party. Yeah. The people not in the party.
Not loyal.
Yeah.
Was what I was searching for.
Okay.
And then, Jack, of course, is the biotic because she's loyal and powerful enough.
Yep, and she's just going to provide us this little bubble shield, which will protect us from the swarms. If you go outside of the bubble, you start taking damage very quickly. And here we just basically have this auto-scroller section, and after every section, we have to turn and talk to Jack and say, yes, please continue.
Yeah, and we do have a brief period where if you have anything to say, RJ, this is basically...
Yeah, the last
call.
chance.
Yeah.
This is auto-scroller.
This time for sure.
This time for sure.
All right. Well, if not, we can talk to our good friend Harvey, who is throwing these orbs at us, and we are going to cause problems for him. And yes, and you can see via that ominous 100%, it is going to be Kane time soon. Everybody's
One thing
favorite.
to note, I turn on autosave because we get our ammo back now in between portions of this final mission. So.
Yeah. No reason not to.
There's no
have it
reason
on.
pretty much
Yep.
not to grab it.
All right, and now we're going to start seeing...
it's also very useful, necessary at the end.
Yep, I'll get into that when we get there.
Yep. Now we're going to start seeing some uses of the biotic powers, mostly for taking on the Collector, the Abomination, and Husks, which are numerous, but we have they don't have any defensive layers besides their health, which means that they are. We can hit them with shockwave, knock them in the air, and the physics damage will finish them off.
Yeah, once I see them fly away, I'm just going to aim the cane
Yeah,
here.
and hello, enemies. Goodbye, enemies.
All clear. Let me know when you're ready to move up, Commander.
We're already ready, Jack.
Yep.
Did you not see that explosion?
She was too busy telling us that we were all clear.
We love fancy explosions here.
We do love fancy explosions here. I gotta admit.
But yeah, coming up pretty soon is a thing that we call the Reeve of Faith. So going outside of here, you take constant damage, but we want to get to the end of this area to trigger the end of it as quickly as possible. And Reeve makes it possible to run ahead of the barrier that much sooner because of the absorb health effect. So they're going to be, in a little bit, after this little section of fighting right here, where there's going to be some husks and a scion, you'll see Sanjan wait for a couple husks to come up, reeve them, and then just book it to the end.
First, got to get rid of the Scion, though. We'll give absolutely ruin your entire career otherwise.
Yeah, this is like kind of like a weird auto-scroller. Like I'm not exactly sure how the timing for this works, but like sometimes I can also get trapped and then you're just sitting here, kind of like just like sighing, but it should be fine. It's slow, but it's really consistent.
Let me know when you're moving out, Commander.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait till a certain point when the husk spawn, and then we're just gonna do Reeve of Faith.
Reeve of.
And that's why they nerf Reeve in Mass Effect 3, because it no longer drains HP.
Huh.
It just like lowers defenses.
Oh, okay. No.
No, I don't want to get back in the barrier. So you can see near death.
Yeah, it keeps
near
going,
death,
taking up and down.
There's the end.
Yep.
All right.
Never
so
didn't have it. All right.
I want this outfit for Jack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that one's
Oh,
good.
I love those glasses.
All right, so the reason why we had to pick Jacob and Jack because there's the final check here is if your squad mates are loyal.
If they're not, they will have a bad day.
They are pretty much a team. I did mention earlier they were the Team Rocket. I was not joking about that.
Yeah. Instead of Jesse and James, it's Jack and Jacob.
They're not as great as like the.
We are blasting off towards the center of this place.
Yep. And here we'll see Sanjan using both of their pole abilities. Harvey cannot assume direct control of enemies if they are not in direct control of themselves because physics has taken hold of them. And so Sanjan is going to be trying to get snipe these things before they get into the point where Sanjan or where Harbinger can assume control of them and then lift the other two up in the air. And that will save a bunch of time and some ammo. We've had 0 Harbinger spawn so far, and otherwise he would have spawned on each of these platforms.
Yeah, ammo here is a little bit tight, simply because there are so many enemies that you want to kill, and you want to kill them quickly, which means basically shooting with relatively wild abandon most of the time.
Yeah. And there's our first Harvey. Hello, Harvey. Goodbye, Harvey.
Yeah, you usually get one there.
Yeah.
I think pretty much always.
Yeah, it's basically impossible. Or there's too many enemies to lift.
The main reason why I'm not having Miranda is really bad here because you very much like the weapon damage with the silence.
Yeah.
But since Miranda isn't loyal and her loyalty would take a long time, this is overall better.
Yeah. God, they really are just not fun to look at. It's my take on Scions. Visually unappealing.
So we're up to the final boss now, so kind of warning to get ready on time because it's going to happen really fast. My commentators will call that out.
Yeah.
Also, I am sure you'll like plot. It's a pretty epic part.
Yeah.
That was a nice little rhyme there.
Shepard, if my calculations are correct, the superstructure is a Reaper.
Dun, dun,
Not just any Reaper.
I am Skeletor!
I had to. All right, so you see those tubes opening up. The next portion of the fight, after you kill a few other enemies, is to destroy those. And then after that, there is the final section, which is going to be when in doubt, cane for the most part.
Yeah.
You don't quite one-shot with the cane, but
you get
that's okay.
pretty close. The tubes, in a casual playthrough, you do one at a time, and then there's a wave of enemies between each time. Sanjan is going to show us something much cooler once we tell Harvey to go away and say go.
So pull one-shots these. And so you have 2 squad mates with pull, and then you have your own ability. So going to do that, and then shoot the last one, and there you go. Also, just hit max level.
Woohoo! All right, and now Tim is going to call us and be like, hey, you know this horrifying, like, terrible base? What if you gave it to me? Wouldn't that be cool?
Get ready on time, by the way. We're just going to do a couple hits here.
There's going to be a cane shot, then a few shots, so get ready on time. There was also a quick reload, which lowers the amount of damage reduction that the Reaper has, and that is time.
Woo!
So yeah, otherwise that cane shot wouldn't have dropped it to a sliver of health, but about 30% health.
Yeah, so a couple things, because that final boss that they really hyped up took like 10, 15, 20 seconds. So the reason why you pretty much, if you had Miranda, that weapon damage from the cane would have didn't require me to take out my Maddock.
Yeah, it would have been an actual one-shot, but not worth the Miranda loyalty mission.
But like, there's just a lot that goes into the speedrun, and that's probably why you didn't see me talk as much, because I really had to focus. So we're pretty much, I'll let this cutscene play out, because honestly, it's like really epic, and I'll do kind of like my shout-outs. So huge shout-outs to my commentators, Alec and Eiko. Y'all did a really amazing job like commentating. Like, y'all should give them a round of applause, because they pretty much like this speedrun is extremely fast-paced. Like, you just saw me. It's like I know it's an RPG, but it's like shooter RPG and platformer like all in one. And pretty much, I would like to give a shout out to the BioWare Discord for being really cool people. There's especially Mike Wave, who pretty much like I pretty much learned a lot from from watching him and then asking him stuff. So like. And then we're pretty much able to find out like a lot of like little type optimizations too. And there's a lot of glitch hunters in the BioWare speedrunning Discord that have helped find a lot of stuff for both this game and Ellie. And Ellie, it's a lot more accessible, and there's a speedrun mod for that. So if you all are interested.
Yeah, the Ellie runs may not be as glitchy, but they are still really good, really fun.
And then if you two have any more shout-outs, feel free.
Yeah, I want to shout out the BioWare community as well. Just cool, chill place, kind of a smaller, tight-knit place. We'd love to have more people, so if you're interested in speedrunning these games, we'd love to have you. And I'd also like to shout out all of my fellow staff and attendees here at RPG Limit Break, and all of you watching. Thanks for helping make this event what it is. It is always a highlight of my year and one of the most fulfilling things I'm part of in my life.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
I had to play this.
Right.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
That is the funniest line. So if you have anything to say, this is also the cutscene that shows no one's died.
Yeah. I want to shout out the Ori speedrunning and Ori randomizer communities. They are both they're really wonderful places and full of really wonderful people. And I also wanted to shout out all my friends and loved ones who've been so supportive, especially my best friend, Remy, who donated earlier. Thank you so much, Remy. All right. And I also want to shout out Sanjan, who has brought us this wonderful run and invited me to be on their couch.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy to be able to do this run for a marathon I really love. I love RPGs of all kinds. And so this is to prove to y'all that no one's been left behind. Otherwise, you'd see us mourning something. But anyways, I'll take it over to RJ.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Sanjan, for that run. Let's give her a round of applause again. I did want to sneak in one quick donation because it's still relevant to the game. We have a $10 donation from Plexel. It says, hearing Harvey talked about here in a completely normal tone of voice sounds strange to me. So let's fix that. Harvey! All right, everybody, stick around. We're getting set up for our next run, which is going to be Romancing Saga Minstrel Song by Aryan Sky Dragon. But before that, we're going to take a quick ad break, so hang tight. Hello, everybody. We're still getting set up for the next run, but let's take a moment and talk about NAMI. Did you know that NAMI is the largest grassroots mental health organization whose work is focused around 3 main pillars: education and support, awareness, and advocacy? With education and support, there are 48 state offices and nearly 700 affiliates. NAMI offers a host of signature programs, presentations, and support groups that are available free of charge. This includes a national helpline that can provide information, resources, and a compassionate, understanding, trained volunteer to support anyone who calls them. We will be supporting NAMI. Looks like we're almost ready to get started, but let's read a couple of donations real quick. We have a $10 donation from Errant Bunny, without a comment. We have a $10 donation from Shuffy, also without a comment. Then we have a $500 donation from Great Goat Man. It says, after years of forgetting when RPG Limit Break actually is, I finally caught it in time to donate during the event. Thanks for everything you all do. Thank you so much, everybody, for the donations. All right, everybody, I just got the signal. It looks like we're ready to go. I'm going to throw it over to Aryan Skydragon, who will be running Romancing Saga Minstrel Song. Take it away.
All right.